What's up, everyone? Wood here, and today, I'm gonna go over my go bag. I know Vermont Survivalist a little while ago had mentioned he had his own go bag, and he's got a bunch of them. So today, I'm gonna be going over my own go bag because I really only have one ish, and honestly, there's not really a lot to this bag. I mean, first of all, we'll start. This is a Field Line Tactical, and I've had this bag for probably about 6, 7 years now. I got it. So I served in the Vermont Army National Guard, and I got it just shortly before going to AT. I think in 2012 because I was looking for a better, assault pack or day bag or whatever you want to call it. And so I went to, believe it or not, the local Walmart, and they had this bag here. I think it cost me somewhere around 75 or so bucks, but it was money well worth spent. I mean, I've had it for, as I said, probably 7, 8 years now, and it's gone through hell and back with me. It went through JRTC deployments, for the Army. It's been up and down mountains. It's been in Humvees. It's been everywhere, underneath them, on top of them, wherever. It's been in planes. It's been wherever. Basically, anywhere I've ever been, this bag's virtually gone with me, including even going out in the woods or going to the range. I always bring this bag with me to the range. You can actually see in some videos, you can see my bag in the background or whatever. But anyway, so this is my bag, the Field Line Tactical. And it's not like Vermont Survivalist go bag. There's nothing really too crazy, too special about it. I mean, it's got, let me pull it up here. Come on. So basically it's got everything you need. I mean, sorry for all the reenacting stuff. As I said, I mainly use it for, whatever I do nowadays. So don't mind all the World War II German stuff. Let me empty this crap out for you. So yeah, basically, it's got, an inline zipper system here. There's also a zipper pocket right here as well, which is actually on the very top of the bag. There's nothing in it right now, but it's actually a really, really cool area for a pocket. It's very handy, for whatever you need, whatever applications you need in there. It's also got an inline zipper with mesh. I've never really used this. I don't really find the need. Unless I'm going on a trip somewhere, I'll put my socks in here or whatever, food or, maybe a spare magazine or two, depending on if, you're a gun, if you're into guns or, you're a shooter or whatever. Sorry, I'm just trying to unfurl my bag here so I can get you guys a better look. And, as I said, I kind of use this bag for everything. It's got another, pocket, which actually has a pull strap to it as well. And, you can cinch it down. I also, normally, believe it or not, I put all my dirty, clothes and wet stuff in here, just so I don't, mix it in with whatever I might have in here, i.e. clothes or, ammo or whatever, random trash. Gotta love it. As well, on the very front of the bag, it also has more mesh systems. It's got another inline zipper here, where you can basically keep anything in there, from getting wet or whatever. As I said, this is really my only go bag. I mean, I don't really use any other type of bag. It's got a side pocket here. It's got all this MOLLE stuff, which is actually really helpful, with like weapons or whatever, or any kind of attachments. Like, I have a few attachments. I have kukri, like tactical kukri, tactical tomahawk, magazine pouches and whatever that I like to throw in my bag, if I'm going to go for a long range walk or whatever. On the very front, again, it's got a place, you can put a cool tag here or whatever, name tape or whatever. It's got a pocket here, which I mainly try to keep it for like flashlight or, as you can see, ear pro. Sometimes I'll keep scissors in here, EMT scissors, because, I am a fireman and, I like to just make sure I have all my bases covered there. Most of the time, and you also have this front flap, this is where I actually keep my shoes most of the time, or an extra set of boots or whatever, and I keep them right here. Or if I'm going to a reenactment, I'll throw my helmet or my hats or whatever right here. Or maybe even a, an ammo crate or whatever, I'll throw it right there. ammo box, excuse me. And yeah, you know, that's what I do with that little section. So this next area is actually the front flap. And again, you know, it's got, you know, another place, you know, to pull cool patches. I just got an IR thing. I had that for a while. I figured I'd throw it on there. Normally I'll put like a mountain tab for my old unit. Yeah, you know, so in this front pocket, again, you know, I have some more mesh pockets. You know, you got a place for, like, say, you know, multi-tool or whatever. You know, some more, you know, pockets here as well. You know, more mesh. These straps right here, you can't really see them in the light. But these two straps actually go to a bedroll, so if I wanted to throw it underneath the bag, you know, there's actually a place to carry that, you know, this, you know, spot right here and that spot right there, you know, so I can throw, you know, the strand of mesh or whatever, or excuse me, not mesh, the strand of the, you know, it's like, forget the name of the stuff. I can't remember. It's been a little while since I've been in the Army. It's been about 2.5 years, so excuse me if I don't, you know, sound correct or whatever, you know. But anyway, so this main pocket, you know, I keep my gloves. These are German gloves for World War II reenacting. You know, I also have a bore snake, you know, for cleaning my weapon on the go, whatever. You know, here's my headlamp. Finally, I was able to find it. You know, it's funny what you find in your own personal gear after going through it a few times. You know, a headlamp. I keep my headlamp in here. As I said, EMT shears. You know, I'm a fireman, so these are 100%, you know, useful. Definitely would recommend anybody carrying any kind of tools with them. Definitely get yourself a set of EMT shears. They are super sharp and they will cut. Believe me, these things will cut. You know, more Ear Pro, you know, stuff like that. And actually, believe it or not, I got a set of Allen keys because you never know when you're going to need those. But, you know, there's also in here, I believe there's a little tiny first aid kit, which, you know, hey, is always a good idea if you're on the go or whatever, need some first aid. Definitely good to have. Also, I have a tourniquet in here as well. You know, so this is my first aid pouch. You know, again, first aid kit. It's always good just to kind of have these things kicking around, kicking about. And, you know, because as I've said, you know, if you're on the move or whatever, and you need access to first aid, or, you know, you need your shears or whatever, or say if you have an injury, you got to cut some gauze, some bandages, whatever, it's all there. You know, so definitely, I mean, as I said, this bag, this is really the only, you know, assault pack I've ever owned, or a day bag or a go bag or whatever you guys want to call them, hiking bag, whatever. This is really the only one I've ever owned. You know, it's got a back support. You know, I took the, so it came originally with a plastic piece that went inside of here. And there's a zipper system, you know, you can tell that goes up and around. And I removed that because I didn't really see the, you know, the necessary application for it. I like my bags to be, you know, just as collapsible as you can get them. You know, it does have a waist strap and whatever, you know, so if you do need to move, you know, you can throw it around your waist and take some of the load off your shoulders and put it onto your hips, which is awesome. But, you know, it's got a handle here. It's got handles. It's got more of this Velcro stuff, so you can throw more attachments on the bag. I mean, as I said, you know, this is really the only go bag I've ever had, the only one I've ever owned, and it's served me well for the last 7 or 8 years, and, you know, I absolutely love it, you know. And right now I'm, you know, as I've said in a previous video, I'm actually getting ready to go active duty Coast Guard, and, you know, this is what I'm trying to, this is what I'm going to be loading up, throwing on the plane, whatever, taking it with me to boot camp, and then obviously when I go to move and everything, you know, I'll be throwing some stuff in here as well. You know, the bag is just absolutely awesome. I've never had any complaints. You know, whenever it gets wet, my stuff's usually dry on the inside. You know, I've never ever really had an issue with this stuff, man. And you know, I'm really glad that I ended up buying this thing, you know, 8 years ago. So anyway, you know, I don't have any, as I've said, I don't have any cool you know, goodbyes or whatever, just like Vermont Survivalist. But anyway, you know, there's my stuff. You know, there's my bag. You know, finally, I've finally got the chance to show you my video on my bag and everything. And, you know, so here it is. So anyway, that's about it, guys. You know, and if you actually want to learn some cool stuff, you know, because as I said, I'm a huge history buff and whatever. Check out a guy on YouTube. His name is History Underground. This guy has so much cool content, from World War II to museums to, you know, Civil War battlefields to, you know, just about anything you could think of. This guy's got, you know, graveyards. He explores all over the place. You know, I'm trying to talk him into coming up here. I don't know how well that's going to go, but I hope at some point he does come up here to do a video and whatever, you know, on just my local area. So anyway, until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.